we are back in Northern California. Once again, behind me is Levi Stadium, but this time I'm not alone. I've got my good friend Zach, who, if you remember, went with me to Holiday World for the first time back in 2021, and then I took him to Kings Island for the first time in 2021, and I was so excited for that, and I'm so excited for this because we are back at California's Great America, one of my favorite parks ever. Also here with my good friend Alex, who's like a general public, so we'll get to hear the perspective of an enthusiast and a general public on this park. But yeah, we're gonna be in that stadium tomorrow and going to the game, as well as we're gonna go to Alcatraz right after today. So be sure to stick into the travel and adventure vlog from Northern California to see all of that. I've never been to this park at opening. If you've seen my other vlogs, it's been after a long day of work. So to be here at opening, parking lot doesn't look too full, so hopefully we're not in for a crazy day. Today's Saturday. It's the only day they're open all week, so let's see how crowded it is. Looking forward to getting on flight deck. Of course, all the times I've been here, I have not been on that ride. We got Zach and Alex walking in front of me.
But I mean, man, like there was at one point, right? Like they had the...
Because Florida palm trees are fake, California palm trees are real. Ah, so good to be back here. What an entrance. What you thinking, Zach? I mean, just look at the presentation, dude. You gotta stand here in the middle and look at the palm trees around the sign. All right, so we are about 5 minutes from opening. I did quickly want to say, the vlogs where I've been here by myself, of course, those are going to be more focused on walking around the park, you know, showcasing the entire park. This is more going to be me enjoying my time with my friends, getting some of their reactions, and yeah, just not as in depth, but I'm still so excited. And with 5 minutes till opening, this is the smallest running of the bulls I've ever seen, although it's enough for Gold Striker to have a line if they all go there. So it looks like the first ride we're gonna do is flight deck, which I'm fine with because that's the only credit I really want to get today that I don't have already. Every time I've been to this park, this thing has been on one train and had a crazy long line. Sorry, I just ran a little bit, so I'm tired, but to be able to walk on this, I'm excited. Nice open air station. 2 train hops. So it looks like there's no special re-ride policy here, so Zach's gonna try it in the back. I need the modified bigger seats on this one, which aren't in the back, but they are in the front. So I'll give my review of the front here in a second, and we'll talk to the guys and see what they thought. So nice to see this thing on 2 trains. So nice to see no lines, because I was really worried about how crowded it was gonna be today. All right, Alex, our spokesperson from the general public. So you've got Montu in Busch Gardens, Tampa. Did that stack up? What do you think about that?
It was a similar ride as Montu, but it was a little bit shorter.
Definitely shorter.
I still think it was a good ride.
Oh, for sure.
So.
Really intense. Zach, what you thinking?
It runs beautifully for a 30-year-old ride. Just, it is short. Yeah, I mean, it's just sad that it's gonna be going soon.
For sure. Would you take that over a Batman clone?
I think I would, just because of the finale being close to the water. I don't. It's hard to say because like a Batman clone, I've just done so many of them.
Oh, for sure. No, I'm right there with you. All right, where are we going now? Well, this dark ride Zachary really wanted to do. What is it?
It might just be opening later in the day because it looks like he's just getting like the ride set up.
What does the sign say?
Yeah, he's definitely just getting it set up.
Currently, yep, not closed for the day. We'll come back for you, Zach. So contrary to last time I was here, the planes are actually landing at San Jose, going over the park instead of taking off. So they're much, much lower, which is so cool to see. I told you it was slow. Why would you not want to ride an Arrow Wildmouse, Zachary?
I mean,
I've been to this park 4 times and I've never gotten in. So the fact that the line's already a stairway is kind of crazy, but I would like to get this.
See, this is back when like they didn't like.
So I do think this one dispatches a little quicker than the one at Michigan's Adventure, but there's still, see, 1, 2, 3 weights there, and 2 in front to wait to actually go on the ride, and you enter right here. So very interesting setup on these Arrow Wild Mouses. We'll see if the trims hit. Well, I'm glad they indulged me to go on that. Definitely prefer the one in Michigan's Adventure more. That one didn't have any trims hitting. This one had a few hitting, but still great to get on piece of history. Look at how well themed this Zamperla disco is.
What, it has some trees out front?
Well, there's tiki stuff in the queue, but it was closed last time I was here. But for a disco, I remember being really surprised. All right. Well, Alex, this is built by the same people who made Iron Gwazi. So that should tell you a little bit.
You are gonna think this is like pretty.
This is insane. Just look at how it runs through this. Zach, you've been on Wonder Woman at Fiesta Texas, so it'll be interesting to see your comparison.
Oh God. Oh wow.
It just doesn't slow down though. It's early in the day. It definitely looks like it's running slower than every time I've come afterwards. Let's go. Let's go. I've never been in this general queue and not waited this entire time. Well, there's still a little bit of a queue. We'll see how long this takes.
But they'll like relocate the flat.
I have not done this in the back in forever because I know I like the front, but we've got Zach in front, Alex in row 2 because he probably doesn't care. And yeah, because I want to go around and I want to get the front because that's my favorite seat. Yeah, appreciate the attendant for letting us pick our rows. All we have to do is wait 1 extra train. Look at this dispatch, by the way. They didn't even make it back to behind the station. What a good job to this Railblazer team today. I've never seen them be that good. Here we go. Everybody else likes the back row, so it'll be good for me to try again.
See,
All right, what you think, Zach?
It was phenomenal. It's better than Jersey Devil.
Oh, for sure. Compared to Wonder Woman at Fiesta Texas?
See, it's hard. I don't really remember Wonder Woman that well for some reason. Are the restraints different?
I've heard that they are. I heard that they're better on this one,
Yeah,
though.
I would completely agree. I think Wonder Woman, they're a little bit harder. And
That
it,
would
like,
make
bites
sense.
in because, like, can you see this right here? Like, it bites in to that bone right here.
Gotcha. So the airtime's painful.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
gotcha.
remember it being, like, a little painfully aggressive. But this is...
Alex?
Rough, dude.
This is, dude, now I gotta beep that out. So compared to Iron Gwazi, you think it's crazier?
Yeah, the turns and the drops are definitely.
But you wouldn't say better than Iron Gwazi because you think it's too much.
No, I think it's sort of up there, but I think Iron Gwazi is still on top of it.
Wow. All right. Let's go again. The line's getting longer. So I love that they let you do rewrites here because they didn't fill row 8. So I just got 2 row 8 rides. Zach got a front row ride, which is my favorite. So now we're going to switch and hopefully I'll get a front and he'll get a row 8. Now we got Zach in 8, me in 1, my favorite row. So really, shout out to this crew. They just had a short breakdown, but not their fault. All right, Alex didn't join us for that second ride. Zach, you're saying you're definitely back row, but you think you wouldn't be able to do that all day?
Yeah, if you were only doing it the back row, the intensity in the back makes it really...
Entrance is right here. Entrance is right here.
The back row intensity is out of this world, but it definitely it's a little too, it would be too intense to do over and over and over.
I think the vibration in the back is really, really noticeable now.
It is.
So do you think it's bad enough that they would not relocate it because it's that bad?
No, I think they would.
I don't know. I still do. Getting that ejector into the dive loop is still one of my favorite parts on any ride. In the front. I think that's crazy.
There's rougher coasters now.
Oh no, for sure. I agree with you, but I don't know. I still think that's better in the front.
When I explain libertarianism to her, so it's like perfect because I could just like talk to her about it, and she's picking up on it too. I've converted her. She's picking right up on it.
Of course, the ride behind me is the one that I still want to do today. I'm really happy with how today is going. Got to do the Aero Wild Mouse and Flight Deck. Those are really the only two credits that I really wanted to do, especially after doing that Aero Wild Mouse at Michigan's Adventure, but Gold Striker's line is looking kind of long, so that'll probably be the longest line we end up having to wait in today.
I think they made me so all we're doing is
Welcome back, prospectors. Please remain seated until the mine cart has come to a full.
So I think what stopped me from getting the shirt is I hadn't done Flight Deck, but I've got a Gold Striker shirt as well, so I'm getting both of these. Well, I just got off Gold Striker. I'll just review it for all of us. Even since I was here last time, earlier this year, that thing is rough, and I mean like crazy rough. There were some really, really bad spots. It's still such a great layout, some great airtime, but I think that's gonna drop in my rankings. That's how rough it was. Still such a great layout. I mean, I wish they would relocate that to Cedar Point, but give it a full retracking. Yeah, that's all I reviewed. So you can see CGA back there behind me, but today we're at the game, so be sure to check our travel and adventure vlog if you want to see highlights from Alcatraz after we go to the park and our day at the game. All right, so we were actually talking to a supervisor while we were in the line for Gold Striker who works at the park. He said they're still getting some investment. I guess they're not putting it into rechecking Gold Striker clearly, but he said he thinks this park gets sold off and doesn't close, which is actually good to hear. I know he was talking about maybe Herschend buying it. That would be awesome. Well, Zach and Alex went to go check out the Mass Effect Dark Ride. So it doesn't look like there's a long line for Flight Deck, so I'm gonna see if I can get a second ride on this and see if it's warmed up at all. Wow, has that thing warmed up. I've had a lot of inverts that rush the blood to my feet, but in terms of the pain, or I guess it's good pain because it means the ride is intense, I've never had it be as strong as on that invert. I mean, the finale is definitely intense, but even that first vertical loop, blood in my feet the entire way through, and then that upwards turn right after, I mean, that ride, I would say, I don't want to say most intense invert because there's inverts that have, you know, longer durations of intensity, but in terms of the strength of the blood rushing to my feet, it was very strong on that ride. Well, Zach is going to go get the Patriot credit, which I'm very glad I got last time because I'm going to give this thing one more shot because I know how much I loved this thing before today, so I'm hoping I just got a bad ride, although I'm not gonna anticipate that that's accurate, but this is still just such a good layout. And the line looks like it's a little bit shorter, so let's see what we got. Oh wow, so if you saw my last CGA vlog, you saw this ride has a history of having the line get shorter throughout the day, so it should only be about a 20-minute wait now. Unfortunately, the operations today have just not been great. Zach was timing them while we were in the line, and the quickest dispatch we got was 3.5 minutes, but I'd say it's averaging closer to 5 or 6 minutes. So yeah, like the other Woody in Cali. So last time I was here, the spin was broken on the Star Tower. I didn't think they'd ever fix that. So it's good to see it does spin and give 360 views again. So they actually fixed the issue that was causing the slow off. So they basically had this person do the same job as that person, which once they, got an extra person, now the separator doesn't have to check the restraints. So basically this guy would get everybody in here and then they would close and then they would check all of the restraints, which took forever. So glad they got an extra person now. The double left that follows that moment, by the way, is crazy. All right, well, I'm really glad I gave that another ride. Again, I feel like with Woodies, you got to do them more than once, because once you expect the roughness, I see Zach and Alex. Once you expect the roughness, you enjoy the rest of the layout, and that was as good as I remember it. All right, well, we're headed back towards the front. I want to use my meal plan at this place that I didn't get to use it at last time because the park closed. And yeah, so different and cool coming to the park at the opening of the day for once instead of after a long work day. Maggie Brown's, let's see what we got here food-wise.
And then just a side view of it. Oh, then can I?
Well, we are leaving California's great America. Got on so many rides. All right, as we leave, Zach, first off, what do you think of the dark ride for people who care about dark rides?
The dark ride was very good. If you're a Mass Effect fan, this is a must-do.
A must-do?
It's better than a lot of Disney Universal simulator rides. Like that Mass Effect is better than Fallon. It's better than Minions. It's better. I guess Disney. It's
I'm gonna say compare it to a good dark ride. No, I've never heard anybody say anything good about Fallon.
Well, it's not a dark ride. It's a theater. It's like a simulator.
Oh, I got you.
So it's not like it's not a dark ride.
All right, and then you did Patriot. What do you think of Patriot?
I mean, it's fine. It actually has like decent forces. It's just really short. If it was longer, like if it had the length of any of the other B&M floorlesses, like it's more intense than your average floorless. It's just really short.
I mean, it's old school B&M, so you'd say both the B&Ms here run really good for their age.
They run very good. They're very smooth. It is interesting though, like for a floorless, Patriot runs more intense than the average model. And for an invert, I think Flight Deck actually runs less intense.
Nah, you needed to do it later in the day. That was crazy. So would you say both relocatable or no?
Probably not.
Neither one.
But I think that the idea of this park being bulldozed has now come into question. I think that the idea of this park being bulldozed was really pushed by a lot of people in the community and a lot of content creators because they heard that the land under it, the lease was going to be up. And then, of course, California's Great America announced that they probably won't run a season after 2027. But that doesn't mean it's going to be bulldozed. And we talked to an operator today who was a supervisor. Now, listen, you can't believe everything that
No, purely speculation.
Yeah, it is. But he was saying that, like, look, they're still going to run next season. They're still getting investment money to continue to maintain the park. Like, they're not just throwing it to the wayside. So I don't think it's a given that when the lease is up at the end of 2027 or come 2027, that this place gets bulldozed and handed off to some Silicon Valley company. I think that, and according to what he said, and I would believe it if this was the case, because you got to think too, it's going to be a massive effort, and this is the same issue that Six Flags America has. It will be a massive effort to bulldoze this whole thing, because it's somebody's job to bulldoze all of it, and it's like, does Six Flags want to pay for that? Is the new company going to come in and pay for that? and you don't want to fuck up any of the existing infrastructure. And the other thing too that's kind of like sneaky about this park is that there is a lot of terrain that you don't really notice in photos and videos. It's there's not a lot of big changes, but there is a lot of change, period, in the terrain. I mean, even right here, like just right over there that's probably a 6 or 7 foot height increase. So it's not like this is flat land that you could just build an office complex on. Like you would have to do some sort of like, you know, landscape manipulation. So based on what we learned today, realizing that number one, that yeah, a lot of the bulldozing rumors came from the community itself, and it's not like we've had any concrete evidence or anything. Oh, it's right here.
No, we are way further over there.
Oh, well, I saw a white Audi.
I was like, wait.
I think that, like, re-looking at it, because coming into the park, you know, you're thinking, oh, it's going to be bulldozed by 2027 or in 2027. But then you're like, wait a minute. There was nothing concrete said about that. It's a lot of just community speculation. And, you know, this, again, it's a supervisor who, it's not concrete of what he's claiming, but he is saying...
I could see it, especially with the stadium right there. I mean, to put office building, who knows?
Right, is looking at it. And, you know, they might just be looking to sell the land. And look, the whole central point of it is that if you are going to sell the land, if you're selling it to somebody else to then continue to operate as an amusement park, you're going to be able to sell it for a lot more, because then that company doesn't need to, all they need to do is just buy the park and then continue operating.
Correct.
Whereas if you sell it to any of these companies, like that's a big company, we just passed Dell, Siemens is around here. Who else was on here on the way in?
A lot.
So there's a lot of like tech companies here. If you're going to be a tech company and buy it, first off, that's a big plot of land. It's not just a regular office building size. It's a lot of land. If you're going to come in here and do that, like now somebody, like there's an existing cost then of somebody having to demo this whole site. And it either means, basically what it means is that the sale is worth less for both sides. Do you want my continued thoughts in the car?
Well, no. Wait, just do it outside the car. Also,
well, I mean, I feel like I would drone on for like 20 more minutes talking about this.
all right. Well, before
All right. Well, you know what? I'll close up like this. It's a lot better if they sell it to an amusement park operator, because they're going to get less of a price on a sale if they sell it to just a tech company to turn this into office space. So right now, I think if I had to put my money somewhere, I think that they will sell this to somebody else, and possibly Hershon steps in. But look, California's also got a really stringent government like Washington, D.C., and we're seeing what's happening, what it seems like is happening with Six Flags America in Maryland, is that the government is stepping in and saying, hey, look, we want to keep this as an amusement park, so we don't want a company just coming in and turning this into an apartments or a strip mall or something like that. We want to keep this. Now, I disagree with that. I'm totally free market, no government intervention, but it means that it's more likely that somebody's going to come in, even if it's an independent owner, to operate Six Flags America, and I could very well see the same thing happening here.
I gotcha. Well, before you get in the car, you've heard me talk about this park for many years. Did it live up to the hype that I built for it? And what are your overall thoughts on the park?
Not to the hype you built up, but the height I built myself was that this is just going to be an okay little park, probably like a Dorney Park tier, and I would say it was very Dorney Parkish. I would honestly say, in full honesty, the coaster line up here is weaker than Dorney.
Wow.
I mean, they have a knockout in Railblazer, but I don't think that they have enough depth. Whereas Dorney's got like some decent depth tier coasters. Yeah, I mean, it's an okay park.
I gotcha.
That's it. It's an okay park.
All right, so you heard Zachary's thoughts. I disagree wholeheartedly with his review of the park. I think this park has my favorite top two in Gold Striker and Railblazer. And yeah, I really, really love this park, but hope you guys enjoyed the video. I read every comment I get. 49er Stadium is behind me. We will be there tomorrow. So again, be sure to tune into the travel and adventure vlog, and I'll see you in the next one.
Can you catch me now?